Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and for this one I'm going to be using the frame I saved from I think the first layout where I just gutted the middle section, and I'm using another one of these kind of photorealistic backgrounds. I love this one. This is probably my favorite one in the whole collection, this kind of beachy oceanscape, and I decided to trim it down a little bit so I could mat it on the blue, and then I have a scrap of that blue that I also gutted from behind the photos on that first layout that I'm going to incorporate into the layers on this one. That way it just ties in the frame and the background, and I don't have to cut into another 12 by 12, which is nice. I just have a couple pictures here. This is another page from Marcus's and my St. Augustine vacation last year, and this is when we were on the Castillo de San Marcos fort. So it's really cool if you've been there, especially like take their tour. It's free. I'd been here before and taken the tour, and we didn't want to wait around for the next one, so I kind of just told Marcus everything. But it was cool. You could kind of walk around yourself, or you could take the tour. But it's just a really, really cool structure, and it has very like scenic views over St. Augustine. So I just wanted to document a couple pictures that we had from on top of it by the cannons. So I'm going to ink the outside of this in that navy blue. I also inked the scenic paper, and now I'm trying to figure out some of my layers. This scrap is not big enough to go around both of these pictures, so I'm gonna have to cheat a little bit to make that work. With all of these blues, I thought I'd pull in some other blues from this collection, and I really like this kind of ocean piece with that navy, and I'm also going to pull in this branding strip of the same paper and try to use the rest of that as well. But I have a couple cut aparts in that kind of distressed navy look that I think ties in good with the papers I'm already using, so I'm just going to go ahead and ink these. These two pictures I'm going to mat together, and there's a lot of dead space in one of the pictures, so I just trim it down a little bit. That way it would be easier to mat in the scrap of paper I have to use. This branding strip I'm trimming into a banner, and I'm going to layer that little ocean piece on it just for an extra little detail. I haven't glued anything down yet. I know this is going in the middle of this, but I'm thinking I'm going to be gutting behind where my photos are, so I don't want to glue everything down just yet. I've created this habit where I glue everything together and I back it on that black scrap piece of paper that I like to do, and then I gut afterwards and then have to re-back it again. So I'm trying to hold off gluing everything down until after I've gutted what I needed to. I did want another little layer up here, so I pulled in this kind of aqua ticket piece, and I'm just going to add a little extra layer up there because I didn't feel like the two pieces I had were enough. And then I realized I cut some of it off and I wanted some of it to hang off of the other side, so I'm just re-piecing a piece back onto it. But I think it works out okay. I really like this page because it's like a monochromatic blue layout. There's a ton of different blues in this collection. There's like a navy, a teal, an aqua, a periwinkle, an indigo. There's like seriously a ton of different blues, which I love because it's kind of nautical themed, and the ocean is all sorts of colors of blue. So I thought it would be fun on this one, since I already have scraps of blue, to just try to pull in a bunch of them. And now I'm trying to create my little clusters. I have this one started in the upper left hand corner, so I think I'm going to have the main cluster in the bottom right hand corner. So just trying to start piecing together what I might use. But because the frame I'm going to be using is the same paper as the background, I decided to cheat a little bit and cut a little bit more from the frame that's going to be behind this ocean paper anyways. So I had an extra piece to help cheat when I go to mat these photos. So I'm just framing up as much as I can with the scrap I already have. And then I'm going to piece this extra bit on the bottom. And then there's a little bit of a gap that I just didn't have enough paper to cover. But I'm just going to use embellishment to kind of cover those things. And I'm still gutting, I think, the middle portion of that paper to have for another layout as well. But you can see how I've pretty much created the mat that I needed. This little tag section is going to cover the gap on the right hand side, so I just need to have something covering the gap on the left hand side, and then nobody will know that I didn't have enough paper to mat this in. There's the couple like definition stickers on the sticker sheet, and I thought the tan color kind of reminiscent of the sand on the beach. I figured I might as well pull it in since it's a neutral, but it does play really well off of the background with having a little bit of the sand in the photo of the background. Excuse me. So I figured I'd go ahead and try to pull one of these in. I did pop it up on some foam, and now I'm just trying to have like one other kind of layery thing to layer behind it just to fill out the rest of that gap. So I have this little navy ticket. I'm going to cut in half. I don't need all of it. I'll save that other piece for another layout. But I just wanted another little thing to fill out the rest of the gap over there. So I think that works out okay. I also like that because I have a visual triangle now with all of the navy. I have that ticket. I have the tag on the other side of the pictures, and I have the ocean in the upper left-hand corner. So that is very visually appealing to me. And now I just need to kind of fill out the rest of the clusters. I like this tag here. I'm going to go ahead and stick it down. I do thread that with twine. I'm trying to remember what color twine I did because I don't have this layout in front of me. But I don't think I used the raw twine I used on the first page. But I don't think I used... I don't know. We'll find out together. I'm going to thread that tag at some point. And then I'm trying to continue to ink everything. I thought on the first layout I would have liked everything inked. So I tried to try that out on this layout and ink everything in that blue. And I liked the frame and the background paper inked in blue, but I don't know. I feel like inking everything. I don't know if I like it or not. But I already started, so I just keep going with it. There's a seagull I thought might be nice since the background is at the beach and the pictures are overlooking the harbor. And then there's a ton of little oars in this collection. We didn't go kayaking or canoeing or sailing or anything on this trip, but because it is an ocean vacation, we can see the ocean and it was in the color scheme. I'm just going to stick them on here. So I just picked out a couple blue ones that were in my color scheme and layered them on the tag, and I think that's really cute. And now I'm just playing around with a couple of the seagulls just to give some interest. And I needed like a focal point, like an icon in some of these clusters, so they just weren't all just like ticket layer type things. So I am popping this one on some foam. Did I pop all of them up on some foam? I think I only do 2 of them on foam. And then the one at the top might be stuck down flat. But I also like that I have this visual triangle going on with the seagulls. That makes me happy as well. And I think it really helps tie in the embellishment with the background because I feel like the seagulls just go so well with this beachy background. I used this Sail Away because it had a lot of the blue colors I was incorporating. But again, we're not sailing. It's okay though. There's a lot of Sail Away things that are going to be left over this month that I'm going to hoard until I document our cruise, because then all of that will really make sense because we'll actually be sailing. But I don't want to hoard all of them until then because there's a lot of set sail elements in this collection, and it's still a vacation layout, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. But I am going to go ahead and back this with the frame, and then I think I'm going to gut behind where the photo is on the background of the beachy thing, and then I think the background will be done. Yep. I don't know why I'm gutting these photorealistic papers, because as much as I love using them as 12x12s, they're really hard for me to use as scraps. So I feel like at the end of the month, I'm going to have a lot of this photorealistic paper scraps left over. But I can't just not gut it. So we'll see what happens. I thought I was done, and then I realized I probably need to document where we are. So I'm just using my little stamps here in that same blue ink. And on this tag here, I'm just spelling out the name of the fort. This fort's really cool. If you're looking for a place to vacation and you're not too far away from St. Augustine, I feel like it's so underrated. So many people go to Panama City Beach. Granted, the beaches are beautiful there, but I prefer going to places that have beaches, but the towns have a lot of history and a lot of fun things to do. And that's why I love St. Augustine. I love Savannah. Charleston kind of falls into that category too. And I love these cities so much. To finish it off, I'm adding a couple word stickers because I have a ton of word stickers on the sticker sheet. And then a little banner just to beef up that one little section. And then I'm going in with my white Nuvo drops for a little bit of texture and dimension. I also love the white because I think it plays off of the waves really well. And then here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.